Hello everyone, this is Brett, aka Malachi, revealing God's glory. In this video I want to talk about God consciousness. How God consciousness, how to know what God consciousness is, and the kind of feelings that you will get when you know that God is with you, He's warning you, or agreeing with something that you might be listening to or thinking about, something that's resonating to you, within your heart, or something that you are not sure of, and you're maybe in prayer. Several different ways that God's consciousness will come upon you. And this is also, I'm going to go ahead and throw out, because the Revelation 3:10 through 3:13 is basically, I'm going to explain how the Lord is going to keep us from the hour of trial or tribulation that shall come upon the whole world, how He's going to do that. And I went through an experience myself. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and go into this first so that we're all on the same page here. And first of all, I'd just like to say the Lord will convict your heart of sin. If you fear the Lord, you will fear sin. Revelation 3:10. Because you have kept my commandments to persevere, I will also keep you from the hour of trial or temptation, which shall come upon the whole world to test those who dwell on earth. Revelation 3:11. Behold, I am coming quickly. Hold fast to what you have kept, that no one will take your crown. He who overcomes, I will make him a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go out no more. I will write on him the name of my God, the new Jerusalem, which comes down from heaven, from my God, and I will write on him my new name. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. So, our first basic God consciousness is that fear that we feel inside of us. So, we've all grown up, we've all done stupid things in our life, whether, we're about to, that feeling you get before you're gonna maybe you're shoplifting in a store, and you get that kind of scared feeling in your gut, thinking, you're trying to get away with something and you might get caught. Well, everything that we do, in this life, and I wish someone had explained this to me when I was younger, it's basically recorded in the book of life, everything that we've done here on earth. I mean, I believe that God sees through all of our eyes, all of our hearts, all of our thoughts, all at the same time. He's the all-powerful creator of this crazy world that we live in, and this is all just kind of a test to see, whether or not we're going to follow God and His word and commandments, or if we're going to run with the pack, we're running with Satan and go with our fleshly desires, urges, and whatnot, to live here on earth for ourselves instead of living a life for Christ and for our brothers and sisters here. So but back to that feeling you're gonna get, before you're gonna pull, a prank on someone, or you're going to maybe get in a fight with someone because you believe you're right and they're wrong. Before you're gonna shoplift, before you're gonna commit adultery, before you're going to, you're gonna lie, you're gonna, bear false witness. You get that gut feeling that you feel in your stomach. It's just kind of like, feels like butterflies, and maybe your knees might get a little weak. Maybe your heart might start pounding. That's your God consciousness telling you that, don't do this. This is going to be a sin. You know, either you're going to do it and you're going to get away with it, or you're not. My advice is just to follow that gut feeling. You might be on your way, running from your enemy one day, and you might have that feeling in your gut, and that feeling might be telling you, to turn around or to go a different direction, or that also could be a feeling, not just because you're going to commit a sin, but God's warning you. He's trying to protect you. You want to tune into Him and pray to Him, and know that is a feeling that is a God-conscious feeling. It's not just when I would go out and do stuff like that, I kind of felt, that it was just kind of a high you would get before you were going to, try to go get away with something. And nowadays, I strongly believe, really no one can get away with anything with, our phones and our TVs and our appliances. We're all being watched, spied on now. It used to be Satan couldn't be everywhere at once, but now with all this technology, he can be, and he knows if you're living in sin or not, and at pretty much all times. So I think that since the hour is getting late, that we all need to tune in on our God consciousness and start doing the right thing, and listen to those feelings that He gives us, in certain situations, and just kind of resonate with them, because we don't know when that last hour is going to be. A lot of us, well, maybe just one last time for this. I'm going to do this one last time. I know it's wrong. That might be your last time. So, before sudden destruction comes, or before, Jesus comes, before, Satan and his minions come, you might be just on that tier, that last level of, this is it. So, this is one of, I believe, my most important thing that I've learned from God. Basically, when that last hour, that final trial, and this could have been something that you've already gone through, or it could be, that last hour, if God's, a day would be a year, and creating the earth in a day. The first day He did this. Actually, it could have been a day to the Lord. Could be like a year. Eternity is, this life that we live now is a blink of an eye compared to our eternal lives, in heaven or in hell. And we're at that crossroad now, where God's, going to give us, that last chance to find Him, and to do the right thing, and to balance out that scale of our rights and wrongs, so that we're going to have a heavier side of doing things right than a heavier side of doing things wrong. I think that's kind of where a lot of us are, in life, and we need to even that scale out, and or at least even it out, and do more right than wrong in these last days that we're living in. So, and when that last hour comes, and this is a serious thing, it's gonna hit you like a panic attack. I'd never had a panic attack in my life until I ran across a situation. I remarried, and I took a covenant. It's a covenant, with God when you marry someone. And I was in a situation where there was some sort of sexual perversion going on in another, a place close by, and I was with some people that were trying to get me to get into that situation, and I knew that I had a panic attack. My heart started beating. I felt lightheaded. My stomach started feeling sick. My legs were weak, and I knew that that was my God consciousness. God saying, don't stay away from this. Don't put yourself in this situation. It's gonna ruin. It's gonna be bad. You don't want to do that. You want to. He'll make you feel that, so where you're literally, you won't be able to to walk. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to walk into this situation. And the closer I thought about doing it, the more my heart started beating, and I was getting out of breath, and I was shaking. And so that's when I figured out that this is God consciousness. That's when the bell rang in my head. Wow, this whole life I've had this feeling, and I kind of thought it was a high that you'd get, before you're going to jump into sin or something. There's another God conscious that He gives you, and it's that it's kind of a feeling. It's that tingling sensation that you'll get, running down your spine or through your hair, through your neck. If you're listening to someone, maybe a sermon or something, and you're kind of questioning if that's for real, you're trying to get that discernment, or is this something good that, after you've done something good for someone, you'll get that feeling. This is your right on track feeling that God gives you when you're listening to someone, and maybe you think that they might not be right, or they're trying to pull a fast one, or this or that. That's your confirmation. If you are asking God for discernment, and that's in your prayers, that is a feeling that you will get when you know you're on track. And by the way, this picture you're looking at was a picture that was taken in Aberdeen. This was about, I think, 2017, February. It was a sunset right off the Chehalis River, and I saved this picture because you can see this kind of clouded fatherly figure up there in the clouds there. There's 2 eyes, nose, mouth, kind of bearded. Kind of looked like, the Father looking down on me when I took that picture. There's a few of these are just the sun glares from the camera, I believe, coming off of here. But there's an image right here, right next to the sun. I'm going to show you this other picture. I zoomed in on it. And these, I have handed out these to a lot of my clients when I finish a job too. They kind of go with my prayers. So I did a close-up shot of that, and I know that this is a picture going through a camera and it's not very detailed, but you can see the sun looks like a comet tail coming off of it with the clouds there. And then there's right here, and I pointed that out where this glare was coming through. It appears to be a planet. I really don't think that that's a camera photo glare. It's too large to be one, in my opinion. But take it with a grain of salt. I was chasing sunsets for about a month. Different areas and locations on my way home from work or whatnot, trying to capture Nibiru, because at that time there was a lot of talk on the internet with people and pictures of this planetary system coming in, and so I was like, I want to see if I can catch it myself. And in Grays Harbor there's a lot of gray, cloudy days and rainy days. It's rare to get sunsets like this, especially in February, and so I just wanted to share that, an extra thing in the video. And then also right here there's kind of a dragon serpent tail image that I caught right there in the clouds as well. And so just thought I would share that with the video to make it a little more interesting with something. Someday, I'm kind of, someday I'll get up in front of this camera and you guys can all see me, but for now I'm just kind of laying low, and I want to get these videos, my main and most important videos, out to you. So anyhow, I'm going to end this video. God bless you all with His peace, protection, and salvation today, tomorrow, and forevermore. You guys are all in my prayers. Good night.